So I was supposed to be working, but I found myself scrolling Facebook, and then bam, I found this, and this is why I stopped. I'm in this reader group, psychological thriller readers, and if you've been in any reader group, you know sometimes Facebook, through whatever means, decides to show posts from these groups in your feed, and we do know one of the reasons why Facebook is gold for advertising fiction is because we have reader communities, and these reader communities provide chatter, sentiment, and information, breadcrumbs for Facebook to figure out other people who might want to read books like yours or readers on their platforms. But the irony is, most of us, when we are creating ad creatives, we do not create creatives that look native to the platform. This is what native looks like. Facebook is a social platform, so people don't go here to buy things like Amazon. So that means content that is native is in a certain format. Now look at this. This someone is so for excuse me. So in this group, it's either someone is shading a book or sharing how much they love a book, or sharing that they're starting a book and asking, is it gonna be good? Now I think this is one of those. Is this one juicy or what? Question mark. Started, she didn't see it coming, by name of author Shari Le Peña, or is it Leña? Is that last name Spanish? Tell me in the comments. Anyone else love it? Love it? That's a strong word. Not like it. So is this person saying that she likes it, or is she really asking? Are these question marks really question marks, or is this a positive review? I think it's a positive review. I needed a good book after my streak of 3 duds. Now look at the image. It's not like the images we use on our ads, right? Whatever this device is, actually people ask what this device is in the comments, and I think she answered. I've never seen such a thing, but we could do it with wait, but what is that device? Play Away. It's called a Play Away audiobook I rent from the library. Yeah, actually you rent it from the library, and it only has one book that you listen to. All right, so where did you go? Why he disappeared? Come on. Oh, okay. There you go. So I'm gonna try and replicate this. So I already did that. I copied the image. This is what you're gonna do if you find something you like. Take it to Canva. This is 4:5 aspect ratio Instagram. 4:5 can work across multiple platforms, and it's better, it's bigger on the feed than 9:16. So I like to use this. So 9, that's what we have there. And then we're also gonna steal, in quotes, the style. All right, so because it's not a user generated content, we're gonna have to do a bit of tweaking to make sure it works. And I'm gonna make an ad right now and try and do it in 5 minutes. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the copy. Oh, actually, let's set the timer. And I'm gonna actually do I'm gonna launch it. I'm gonna not launch it. I'm gonna create it in the ads manager. So let's do it actually. Traffic campaign. That's what most people, authors, do right now. Manual, yes. I'm off grid, so my internet is a bit slow. No, all this does not matter for us. We are doing creative in this tutorial, so the settings are for another day. All right, so this is, I need the destination link. This, the author. All right, here we go. How fast can you do an ad? Let's see. How fast can you do an ad from scratch? So this is what I'm gonna do. So this could run as an ad itself. Okay, so this is one alternative. I'm gonna do alternative. I usually like to have 3 to 5 ads in an ad set under one budget, so that Facebook now decides out of the 5, you give it variations. Okay, so Facebook decides where to place the budgets, and the variations are going to be very small, so that even if Facebook decides to show one ad and not the other, I am sure the concept I'm trying to test has been tested fully, because each ad in that ad set is basically the same thing, just a little bit of changes here and there. Okay, so let's go. I've duplicated it 5 times, and then this is what I'm gonna do. The copy part is what I need to do a bit of heavy lifting. Let's see. I usually like to work on Notepad because it's lighter. Okay, so is this one juicy or what? Started, name of author by Shari, so far so good. Oh, she's liking the book, so far so good. So this is a reader who's sharing um positive sentiment while they are reading. Okay, so I'm gonna anyone else love it, looking for other readers who also like the book. I needed a good book after my last streak of 3 dads. Now see, this is what I'm gonna use as a linchpin. This is what I'm gonna use in non-fiction, info products, in just business in general. You really, it helps to get into your customers day to day to figure out where your problem occurs in their day. Okay, now in the lives of readers, there's this experience of, it's almost like withdrawal. You read a good book and then you're constantly looking for that feeling, that high, and then you go book after book after book until you find it. So that's what I'm gonna use, the emotion I'm gonna use. If I needed a good book after my streak of 3 dads. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. If, all caps so that it's easier to see, if you've read 3 books and all of them are dads after a good one. So if you've read 3 books after a good one and all of them are dads, this is not it. Is not it. Alright, before I say that, let me change that. Is this going to be juicy or not? I'm gonna be snacky. Can bet, because I love a bit of personality in copy. I bet my left toe it's gonna be juicy. Okay. Now I'm straddling the line between a reader who's just sharing their opinion and an author. So I'm gonna pivot. I can bet my left toe is gonna be juicy, but don't listen to me. I'm biased. I wrote the thing. Now, people who see short sentences and think, hey, I wrote it, look at me. I'm doing short sentences. So whatever you say, oh, I can tell AI, you can't. I wrote the thing. Oh, my timer goes off. So I've taken what? I've taken more than 5 minutes just on the copy. Let's see. Oh, it takes more time than I thought. Let me give myself another 5. I own the company, so I'm gonna give myself an raise. Don't listen to me. I'm biased. I wrote the thing. What am I looking for? I usually love to have something about the genre in the copy, in the ad copy. And listen to me. I'm biased. I wrote the thing. So let me include the genre. No, I'm gonna, cause it's the style is reader focused, community focused. So I'm gonna do this: psych, thriller, nerds united. Thriller, nerds united. All right, so that's the copy. If you've read 3 books after a good one and all of them are dads, this could be a meme. You could say, me after reading three books. Me after reading 3 books after a good one, all of them are duds. Juicy or not? I can bet my left toe is gonna be juicy. Alright. Then I'm gonna use the name and the author, the name of the book, just like this reader did. I'm trying to mirror how they write as much as possible. Do we put the names of our books in our ads? I think so, but the way I frame it is usually different. She didn't see it coming. I'm gonna put it in brackets so that it sounds like a by the way, to show that I'm not selling, I'm just a reader, just sharing and talking. She didn't see it coming by Shari LaPena. Another bracket, yours truly. I have the copy, right? So I'm gonna use that copy in the ad as is. Let's go. Where's the... Imagine just that took 3 minutes from... Alright. New traffic ad. Blah, blah, blah. Create ad. Scroll down. You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the button to create the thing. But I can't... Oh, here you go. Set up creative. Image ad. I'm at the text part, so I'm gonna use that as... Actually, it shouldn't be all caps. Docs. And I need an easy way to change that. I wouldn't put it all in all caps, okay? So I'm just doing it so that you see it on your screen, because I'm sharing my screen and I'm not sure how big it is. So the headline, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm trying to capture. The emotion, I'm constantly trying to connect to a certain emotion on Facebook and helping Facebook find people experiencing that emotion connected to a certain niche. So the emotion here is for the reader who is struggling to find their next big good read, or struggling to find a read that's not a dud. Okay, so I'm gonna do this something like hoping my next read is not a dud. You see, I'm trying to really trick the reader in a way to have the feeling of, oh, this is a third party person just sharing, but at the same time, if they read carefully, it's the author writing. Okay, so hoping my next read is not a dud. All right, you could do that, or you could do, there are other options actually. What's the genre of the book? I'm not trying to phrase it like a normal ad, so I'm tempted to do what we do here, or psych thriller, genre, subgenre, but I'm not gonna do that for this one. But you could do that just as a variation, actually, as one of the options. But I don't like using this because it doesn't, after using it, it doesn't tell you which one performs better. Hoping my next read is not a dud. What do we know about the book? What should what do what do we know? What do we know? What do we know? What do we know about the book? Murder thrillers, psychological thrillers, suspense thrillers. So it's a murder thriller. Okay, you could. I'm not sure if Facebook will censor that. Come on, another 5 minutes gone. Let's add another one. I own the company. I'm giving myself an arrest. Why? Murder thrillers, thriller with a twist. Right? Anyway, let's go on. Or juicy or not. Juicy or not. I want the reader's opinion actually. Juicy or not? That's the vibe. That's the emotion I'm aiming for. That's the messaging. All right. So emotion first. I'll actually like this better. Anyway, let's go on. I'm sure AI will try and do. So for the description, I usually now like to put the genre, all that book stuff. Mm-hmm. Psychological. It's interesting. My eyes know if words are spelled correctly based on how historically I've been seeing them. So when I write words in caps, it interferes with. Yeah, so I was right. Something was off about psychological. It interferes with how my perception of whether something is spelled correctly or not. Psychological thriller. I'm actually drawing blanks on the description, the first part, but I usually like the first part to be something someone could see, and then the second part is SEO almost like so psychological thriller. Let me see. Anyway, that's not the point of this. I'm getting carried away. And then the second part would be for readers of. I'm gonna add as much as possible. I think you can add to 50. What? How many? There's usually a high word count. Let me see. No, I'm going on a rabbit hole again. I wanted to. I'll check that on another video. Psychological thriller for readers of XYZ. These are comp authors. You would feel that, but that's not the point of this video. Again, I'm getting carried away. See, I'm looking for learn more, download. Actually, download, because this the tone of this thing is, hey, this book, check out this. No, not even check out this book. I read this book. I like. Do you like it? I liked it. It's not salesy. So this call to action needs to be stronger than that. Okay, for me. So the text is done. That's maybe 20% of the ad. The major part, 80% of the ad, already 20%, 80% of the ad is the ad image. Okay, so now here we go. You have the original email. That's gonna be one of them, and I told you I like a couple of variations, and I already had an idea before. And as if you look closer, you'll see I already did that in the other part. So I'm gonna do this. The emotion you're capturing again, what is it? If people who are struggling to find the next read after a good one and hoping it's not a dud. Okay, so small letter. If you're struggling to find your next read and hoping it's not a dud. Alright. Anyway, everybody no more. I am the greatest. Lot of nigga. I'm not sure if I cast. Did I cast in my? I cast. Is it gonna be blocked? I'm not sure. That's the problem with singing hip hop in a professional settings. Singing Tupac while you're working, or singing Tupac. If you're struggling to find your next read and hoping it's not a dud, so I need a arrow. If you want to open emoji keyboard, wherever, just dial not long press the Windows key. It's at the bottom next to control, depending on your laptop, and full stop. It turns out wherever you want it. So hand. What am I looking for? Hand. Point down. Come on. Change the color. I usually use the black hand because I'm black, but if the author is not, I'm not sure if people pay attention to that. Another 5 minutes. How many minutes are we in? 15 minutes in? I'm gonna give myself another 5 minutes. Yeah. Again, it's my. Let's see if we can center it. I see your face. Drop. Difference between center and middle. Okay, now this is variation 1, variation 2. It's gonna appeal to different people. Okay, all right. Variation 3 is gonna be simple, same thing, but I am gonna actually, what am I doing? This is easier. Just delete, and then 1, 2, 3. The shortcut for duplicating on Canva is Control and D. You press them together. Alright, so I'm gonna change this color, and I like bright, ridiculous colors. The concept I'm using is ugly ads. Oh, what am I changing? I don't want to change the color of the text. I want to change the background color. Yes, ridiculous colors, bright colors that stand out in the feed. Colors that a professional designer would not use. We don't want it to look anything like professionally designed posters. I want it to look like my grandma made it. Ah, 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 ah. Mm-hmm. Come on now. Bing, bam, bum, bam, bum, 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 bum. Which other color? Which other color? Which other color? Maybe blue. Okay, I think I need a red one. Let me get a red. Let me get a blue. Okay, I'm getting carried away. But you see, now we have 5 different. How does it look? We have 5 different concepts of the same, slight variations of the same concept. It looks like someone is just sharing stuff from their own life. That's what social media is about. This one looks like if you're struggling to find your next read and hoping it's not a dad. Now another alternative, I could do this in past person, was struggling to find my next read, then and hoping it's not a dad, and then I point at that. I actually want someone to comment, to be confused and comment and say, hey, I do mean it's a dad or it's not a dad. Chatter. I want people on Facebook to find more people who'll be interested in that. So I'd love to play with this after actually. So let's say after I do the first round of these ads and it performs. Now if I want to test other things, I'd test the messaging here. Okay, keep everything as is, but test the messaging here. Now it's slight. Facebook is hungry for creative. I give it creative without what's the name of the book? I'm gonna name the file so that I remember to delete it next time. Alright, let's download it. It's 4:5. That's the aspect ratio. Alright, now we have that. So good to me. I want it in the desktop so that it's easy to get. I wish it doesn't zip it, because I usually have to go through unzipping first. It increases the timeline. Guess who's back? 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 Let me see if I can. If I got you, there's that song. Oh, forget out, you need everyone else just to feel sin behind your makeup. When I was young, that song used to rank in there's a TV station in Kenya called Capital FM, and they had a top 10 or that sound for the week or something, and that song stuck in my mind. For some strange reason, no matter what I usually listen to one song when I'm working the whole day on repeat. No matter what I try, I can get the lyrics in my head. So, but this song, that chorus was catchy, and it's one of the few songs I know by heart. I want the folder, yes. Behind your makeup. If I could write you a song to make you fall in love, I would already did. I used to. I hope that you like this, but you probably won't. You think you're cooler than me. Those are the lyrics. You got designer shades just to hide your face in. You wear them around like you're cooler than me. You never say hey. Now that I think about it, when I'm older, that guy seems insecure, right? You never say hey. Say hey first. Why does the other person have to say hey? I've had friends tell me that this guy, you know, doesn't say hi. He thinks he's all that. Why didn't you say hi first? I used to. I hope that you like this, but you probably won't. You think you're cooler than me. Diner shades. All right, let me see. What else can I get out of this? Uh, so people are more interested in the device than the story. But what I like about this is all these people are readers, and all this is chatter that attracts the right audience. So the hope is, because Facebook has identified, let's say, Kim interacting with content that looks like the ad. If you create an ad that looks like that, sounds like that, behaves like that, quacks like a duck, it's a duck, it's gonna get your ad in front of them. That's the hope. That's the hope. Has it finished uploading? Yes. So this is what I'm gonna. Facebook has. All right. I was about to complain about Facebook, but okay, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, why is it forcing? Why is it pre-selecting everything for me? I don't want you to pre-select everything for me. So here you go. I want one image. Each of these image will be a different ad. Okay. Each of these images will be a different ad, so that I get to see which one works, and I give variations. Because if you add them as Facebook has done there, I'm not sure, it's a new feature, but before you wouldn't know which one worked. It just wants variations, yes, but it doesn't give you the data, how many impressions went to this, how many impressions went to this. But when you have 5 ads with slightly the same type of creative in the same ad set, budget at the ad set level, uh, budget is given to separate ads, and you can tell you have all the data you need for that. All right, next. Do I want AI? Actually don't want it in caps. I'm getting a little bit obsessive about this, because it's just for, I could ignore it because we have a timer, in case you didn't, in case you forgot. What am I looking for? I'm looking for capitalization. I want it in title case. Yes. I got you under my skin. You. No, I don't want it in. You see, when the reason why things take time for us is because you do what I'm doing here, which I shouldn't be doing actually. I'm getting lost in the weeds on things that are not as important. What am I looking for? Text capitalization. But human beings are vain creatures, man. We are vain creatures. In all my years on this earth, I have never met. Why are you not showing that? Man, come on. That's why I should have just continued doing. Man, I don't understand what's going on. Alright. You want to play with me? You want to play with me? You want to play with me? Okay, there you go. Me. I want ellipsis. 1, 2, 3. Banana follow me. Alright, now I like this new. I usually talk all types of, about Facebook and their AI suggestions, but I like what they're doing, because look at this. They change small bits. I don't like this, but they change small bits, different background. So they get the vibe. That's why I'm telling you, it's all about the vibe of the creative, and if Facebook can match you to similar circumstances. All right. So I like this. I like this. And no, does not look like from a reader. I like this because green appeals to different people. They changed the interesting. So they added same clothes, but they changed. That is not accurate. It just looks AI made. Anyway, so I skip these. I don't want any of these in my. One selected. No. I didn't select anything. I didn't select anything now. No video regeneration. No. I usually want 3 enhancements: visual touch-ups, add music, add animation. Anything else I leave off. So go. Translations, no translation. Oh, this is how it's gonna look. I like it. Ignore this. Me after, it looks like how it's phrased like a meme. Me after. Can you read it? It's small. Me after. It's too small. I don't think you see what I'm reading. But I think we are almost there. We're done. Oh boy. It's trying to convince me to select things I don't want. I know you want. Okay, now my method actually satisfies Facebook hunger for variety. You see, they're trying to get me to have variety. Okay, so I'm not gonna I'm gonna deny them, yes, but I'm gonna feed them what they want in a way I want, in a way I can control, in a way I get more data from this. Okay, so this is how our thing will look like. I wish the sample was bigger. This is how it's going 4:5. This is how it appears across all these. That's why I like this aspect ratio. All these places. Facebook feed, Instagram feed, Instagram stories. You see, what did it do? That's why I usually like to center the text, because you know it adds things at the top part, on the bottom part. 4:5. You see everything. I like it. All right, save. Now here's the thing that this is an infographics technique, so take it or leave it. I'm gonna duplicate this ad and I'm gonna duplicate 4 versions of it. I was gonna duplicate this. What's the name of the original? I'm gonna name it by color. Add original. That's why. Then from our selection, I'm gonna name it by color. What was number 2? I can see my cat planning to come here. Planning an attack. Come on, whatever I'm looking for is not there, so let me just do this. Control F, edit here. This is what I do to scroll fast. Change selection. Deselect that. What's the first one? This was number 1. Number 2, the yellow. I'm gonna name it yellow. Now to just skip all this, just go all the way to translation. This is how it's gonna look. I don't want any translation. It's selecting it. No, I don't want any translation. No. Man, Facebook is crazy. What did I do to make it this way? Translate. I don't want any Spanish. Anyway, I'll figure that out later, but I don't like this part. I do not want you to translate my ads in Spanish. And before oh, there you go. I don't want anything here. Yes, off. Not translations for me. Whew. Man, that was something. Now I'm gonna name it. That was supposed to be yellow. How come this named original? Yellow. This is original. Original. Control F and then search for edit to get here quicker. Change selection. That was number 2. Deselect that because it selects multiple otherwise. Select the orange one. Is the AI copy turned on? I don't want it on. Again, I'm gonna skip here. I'm gonna good. It's not selected. This is how it's gonna look like. This is how it's gonna look like. No, I'm not selecting any translation. What was the color? Orange. Orange. I'm gonna name you Orange. Now we're giving Facebook variety. Sometimes you could have ads that are totally different themes, but I've noticed sometimes it costs a lot to settle on one. So there are two strategies you can use. Either use slightly changed creative concepts that are similar, almost like cousins, or you could use differing creatives. I know someone who does like 20 different creatives that have no relation to each other, and it's working for them. I do not trust. Subscribe to that. What color is that? Red. Yes, red. Red. Begin. There's a time I was obsessed with dancing, and there was this movie series, LXD or something, and there's that song. One of the dancers there is Twitch. He used to DJ in the Ellen DeGeneres show. I think he killed himself. I think so. I'm begging, ooh. Am I selecting the wrong purple? R.I.P. to Twitch. He could dance. I'm begging, ooh. Ooh, do. That song was in multiple LXD movies. I'm begging you. Okay, now you have that. Now you already have 5 variations. I can't remember the other one. I've done purple, I've done red, I've done orange, I've done plain. So what other color? Change selection. What am I missing? Blue. I think I'm missing blue. Deselect the original one. Oh, I didn't turn on the timer. No wonder. This timer helps me actually raise the adrenaline in me. So during moments, especially in the afternoon when I'm feeling lazy, I just put a time. I'm like, I want to make an ad, fresh ad in 5 minutes. Let's go. So I'm high, I'm pumped, I'm amped, have all the energy because it's a deadline, right? So it makes working fun in a way. You almost trick your brain. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Alright, I think we have our draft, man. We have our draft. Inspired by reader styles. Now, let me show you something. I played with this a bit some time ago and I found variations from the AI that were better than what we saw of the same image but with slight changes. Look at this. Look at this. So the Facebook AI did this. So I'm sure Nano Banana can help you with this. So if you take an image like this, you can get Nano Banana to change the cover and put your cover. You can change the leg so that it does not resemble the original photo. You can change the device so that someone says does not say, so that I'm not sure how legal it is to use someone's image and change it like this, but you can take the concept and change a lot of stuff so that you've borrowed the concept but it's not someone's image. Okay, so it's a hand device, could be phone. You can change it to Kindle. You can change the shoe. You can change the background to beach. So Facebook changed that concrete example to this. Facebook added this actually. Hand, someone, the shoe, it used the same shoe. Gave it two POVs. I like the face, the facial expression rather. I like the facial expression because it's someone is looking at something. It looks natural. It looks like something your sister might be doing, and I like it. And I think it makes an interesting ad that might survive in the feed. Now, you see, I think we have enough. That was 5 minutes, right? Yeah. If you ask me, that's 5 minutes. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you want, did I usually like to create stuff that I could share from these things? I have a spreadsheet that helps me take lessons from ads I see in the wild and then turn them to templates. And I have a video of me doing that. So I took an ad like this and then I wrote the characteristics and then turned it into templates. So I'd say here, for example, image of X holding device, the book, etc. on a real life background. And then first line is a question asking opinion about book. Then talk about emotion of trying to find a good book after a streak of bad ones and turn it into a template. So if you want that template, drop me a line in the comments and I can't say for sure give it to you. I'll try and trace it. Okay,